Guys, a question. Arthur and Jenna, because of the ban on cameras at the Capitol, and because you were involved in that, are you looking at any sort of prosecution for that?
Yes. In the journal? Oh, yeah. Can I give like a forward? Okay.
We're trying to keep the speeches short so we have time at the end for a question and answer.
Okay. Recently in the Wisconsin Assembly, there's been a whole lot of stuff going on where they're arresting people for holding cameras. On September 13th, I had organized an event calling for people to film in the assembly galleries because they had been arresting people previously. On that day, right, there's reasons that we should be allowed to film in the gallery. They're public officials within their public capacity in a public space. Matters of public interest. Wisconsin State Statute 1990 says the government must make a reasonable accommodation to allow any citizen to film any meeting that is open. They have some exceptions with, if it's disruptive behavior, but people are sitting silently filming, and they're continued to be arrested. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, I was arrested for filming in the gallery. I had press credentials at the time to be on the floor of the gallery, but cameras are not allowed in the floor of the assembly. So cameras are not allowed in the gallery, no matter what, under any circumstances.
Right.
But you can't take a gun there?
But you can have your gun there. Well, according to Robin Boss, you can have your gun and your camera, and you just can't shoot either. But Jeff Scott Olson is taking up a case about signs on the first floor of the rotunda. And in the piece, I think it was the Wisconsin State Journal, he says that he's also going to, later this year, going to file a case about cameras in the gallery. So similarly, I was in the gallery filming. I got removed, and the next day I got my press credentials revoked by the Capital Correspondents Association. There are groups of professional journalists who are in charge of dictating who can be on the assembly floor and who can't. And so in the email that I got, Jeff Stein, the president of the WCCA, the Capital Correspondents Association, told me that he had been receiving complaints from other journalists and Republican legislators. And as a result of me breaking the assembly rules, which was having a camera in the gallery, they were revoking my press privileges.
So who's paying them off?
The Journal Sentinel and the Milwaukee. I mean, the corporate media is paying them to do their job.
How much bail did you have to post?
Didn't post bail. It's an assembly they're giving people other conduct prohibited, which is an administrative code ticket.
They just put us the first
Oh, yeah.
four of us into jail.
There were people that were sent to jail because they violated bond from previous unconstitutional arrests, and the bail on that was $1,000.
The first day, so the first four of us, the first day, on September 13th, we were all sent to jail. No bail.
If you want to organize the movement, I'll bring my camera out with it.
Excellent. So since then, I'll be demonstrating that concluded with, what am I concluding it with? Since then, Matt Rothschild of the Progressive, last week, I think it was 18 people were arrested in the assembly gallery. A total of like 35 were removed. Some people weren't issued tickets arbitrarily. But he gave me the assignment to film from the assembly floor. We went into the Capital Correspondents Association that day. He's the editor of the national magazine, and he said, I'm giving Arthur the assignment to film the assembly proceedings today. And Jason Stein, the president of the Capital Correspondents Association, said that since I had my press privileges revoked, I couldn't report from the floor. So hopefully I can get some legal action involved with that as well, because it is suppressing the freedom of press in this country. So I got questions later.
Yeah.
Thank you.